Hello and welcome to your financial journey with Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers, where we will guide you to take control of your finances and give you financial peace. I'm Tim Hilterman, a certified financial planner and chief financial planning officer here at Whitaker-Myers. Today, we're breaking down the 2026 Social Security update, specifically the new 2.8% cost of living adjustment known as COLA, just announced by the Social Security Administration. Now, that number might not sound like much, and that's part of what we'll unpack today. We'll talk about what the 2.8% COLA really means in dollars and cents, how Medicare premiums could offset much of that increase, and practical strategies to protect your retirement income from losing buying power. By the end, you'll have a clear sense of what this change means for you. And as always, we'll have some proactive strategies you can take to stay ahead of inflation. Let's dive in. The Social Security cost of living adjustment is designed to help benefits keep pace with inflation. For 2026, the adjustment will be 2.8%, and that's up from 2.5% in 2025. On average, that means retirees will see about a $56 per month increase, bringing the average benefit to around $2,071 a month. And that change kicks in starting January 2026. How can you calculate the impact of this adjustment? Easy. Take your current benefit and increase it by 2.8%. For you calculator nerds out there, you'll need to multiply your current monthly benefit by 1.028. For example, if your Social Security check is $2,500, 2,500 times 1.028 is 2,570, an increase of $70 per month. So good news, your check is going up. But as we'll see next, that doesn't necessarily mean your purchasing power is improving. And that's because of something we all know about and have recently felt: inflation. Can we talk about inflation for a few minutes? Inflation is one of the most significant risks to your retirement plan. If your retirement plan doesn't automatically increase your expenses every year, you could be in big trouble. And if your investments don't outpace inflation, you could have a hard time keeping up. Here's a quick rabbit trail. That's why guaranteed investments like money markets, CDs, treasury bills, and fixed annuities, they could be very suitable for a portion of your portfolio. But if all of your assets are in them, it's possible you'll have a hard time fighting inflation. You can't count on Social Security COLAs to come to the rescue. In fact, CPI, the Consumer Price Index, was just announced and it showed a 3% rise in inflation from a year ago. And let's just remember that a few years ago in 2021, inflation hit a staggering 9.1% before finally falling. So while the 2.8% COLA is good news, we'll have to keep in mind some other things. And I hate to do this, but I have to talk about Medicare premiums. For 2026, the standard Medicare Part B premium is projected to rise 11.6% from $185 a month to $206.50 a month. That's an increase of $21.50 a month, which will automatically be deducted from most Social Security checks. So if your Social Security benefit goes up by $56 a month, but your Medicare premium goes up $21.50, your net increase is only about $34.50. And for higher earners, Medicare charges additional premiums called IRMAs, income-related monthly adjustment amounts. Hey, if you want to learn about IRMA, by the way, do three things. First of all, hit the like button at the bottom of the video. Second of all, subscribe to our channel because we are all over IRMA and we talk about it all the time. And three, check out our previous videos. There's a ton of good information already out there. All right, let's talk about key dates and what to expect. Well, in early December, the Social Security Administration will send out your new benefit notice. And in January 2026, the new benefit payment begins. Now, remember, if your birthday is between the 1st and the 10th of the month, you get your payment on the second Wednesday of each month. So in January, it's January 14th. Now, if your birthday is between the 11th and 20th of the month, you get your benefit on the third Wednesday, January 21st. And if your birthday is on the 21st through the 31st, your check comes on the fourth Wednesday. And in January, that's January 28th. It's a good idea to verify your expected benefit online so there are no surprises come January. Well, as promised, here are several strategies to consider in light of the Social Security COLA announcement and our discussion on inflation. First of all, consider carefully the timing of collecting your Social Security benefit. Even though COLA applies automatically starting at age 62, your actual monthly benefit grows every year you delay claiming. Remember, you receive your full benefit at what Social Security calls your full retirement age. Most people's full retirement age is now between 66 and really most people are at age 67 now. If you start your benefit before full retirement age, you lock in a reduction in benefit for the rest of your life. But if you delay collecting your benefit until after your full retirement age, you can lock in an increase in benefit, about an 8% increase per year, each year you delay up until age 70. So if you can afford to delay, that's one of the most powerful inflation fighting tools that you have. But Social Security collecting strategies are extremely specific to your individual situation. Reach out to us if you'd like professional help with an analysis. Number two, plan for healthcare inflation. Healthcare inflation has historically been a little higher than the basic inflation number. General inflation has averaged between 2 and 3%. I know we just talked about inflation hitting 9%, but before that, in 2015, inflation was under 1%. In 2016 and 2017, it was at 2.1% and 1.9% in 2018. But healthcare inflation has been a bit higher, around 5% a year. So build your financial plan with a higher inflation rate for healthcare expenses. And finally, number three, build a retirement inflation hedged portfolio. What does that mean? Well, like I said, while you absolutely should have some assets and guaranteed holdings, one of which should be your emergency fund. Dave Ramsey recommends keeping that in your checking or savings account. We strongly recommend a broadly diversified portfolio of holdings that will keep pace or even have a track record of outpacing inflation. Think higher yielding bonds, dividend paying stocks. And as always, we recommend Dave Ramsey's four main categories of growth, growth in income, aggressive growth, and international. Your investment mix is also very personal and should be suited to your risk tolerance and time horizons. But the goal here is to have your assets work for you in a way that keeps up with inflation, covers the higher healthcare expenses, and provides consistent income so that you won't be so dependent on Social Security cost of living adjustment. So we just did some videos on the new tax bracket changes for 2026. Today, we're talking about Social Security, and there are more changes to come. How can you stay up to date on everything? Subscribe to our channel. We here at Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers aspire to have the heart of a teacher. We're here to help you make confident, informed decisions about your financial future. And if you found this video helpful, I'd sure appreciate if you give it a like and share it with someone who wants to be more informed about the new Social Security cost of living adjustment. Subscribe to our channel to make sure you see our latest content. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for listening. Lord willing, I'll catch you next time.